Hi YouTubers, I thought I'd give a quick update, it's been a while. My main focus on this video is overcoming fear of flights. As someone who's suffers from generalised anxiety for numerous years, the idea of a holiday abroad was always just non-existent. And after my partner kind of enforced it a bit, which is exactly what I needed, we booked our holiday to Tunisia for next year in June. And then, as a surprise for my birthday in September, he booked us to go to Ibiza in October, just gone. So I had less than a month, 4 weeks, I think it was overall, to prepare for something that I never wanted to even contemplate doing. I looked at loads of online tutorials how to overcome fear of flying. And realistically, if it's set in your mind that you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. But I looked on Instagram of people's pictures who were already on holidays in Ibiza. I looked at quotes and sayings and stuff like that because personally I've always found it sinks in a lot more with certain quotes and things. One of my favourite, I have my Filofax which I took on the plane with me. The pictures in the background that I have here are from Ibiza, specifically Portinatics. I can't pronounce it, but that's where we say it was North Ibiza, so it was all quiet and rural and things. But this one is, "You are far too smart to be the only thing standing in your way." Something as simple as that. It was so true, it was unbelievable. There was another one that I really liked that I actually got through the post from a Weight Watchers advertisement. I'm not one for Weight Watchers, but the picture and quote itself was too good to not keep. And it says, magic happens when we follow our dreams. And I thought the picture was just perfect, so I saved that one as well. And then we read the one that I think is almost like the main reason of this video, the one that hit me the most, was one that the Anxious Athlete shared on his Facebook page and another one that I found online. The Anxious Athlete shared, "Travel as much as you can, as far as you can, as long as you can. Life is not meant to be lived in one place," which is so true because there are so many beautiful places out there. And the other one is, "The most effective way to do it is just to do it." And it's so true. Because it doesn't matter how many videos you watch or how you try and prepare yourself for it, the best way to do it is just to get on. My experience, the day before the holiday, I was surprisingly calm. Our flight was at 6 in the morning, so I had to be out the house at I think 2 because we had a travel a far distance to the airport. As soon as I got to the airport and I saw the airplanes, I threw up through the nerves, and I felt very dizzy, very depersonalised all the way to getting on the plane. But I did it. Not at one point did I say I can't do this, because obviously looking at the pictures of the places that are there, I thought I can't miss out on this. So I got on the plane. I didn't have a window seat because I couldn't bear the thought of looking out the window at such a height, although my partner took photos for me and the views are unbelievable. As soon as we got there, the holiday was just unbelievable. We went snorkeling with the fish, where excuse me, the fish, literally I have photos where the fish are this close to me, and if you take bread down to the sea, the fish just literally just swarm around you, and it's the most unbelievable experience I've ever had in my life. There was at one point that I stopped to empty my snorkel and there was an octopus about this far away from my feet, and I swam as fast as I could away from it. But my partner went back and took photos of it, and that was pretty impressive because I don't think that many people will say that they ever saw an octopus. And if you live in the UK like I do, unless you go on a plane, there's no way you're going to ever see one. Excuse me. The hotel was amazing. The sun and the heat to say it was October, it was about 27 degrees, and it was just absolutely beautiful. It was just relaxing and calming, and to say the flight was only 2.5 hours, it was worth feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I can't say I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever actually enjoy flying, but to actually get to the holiday, it's well worth it. Sorry, you can tell I suffer from anxiety because I stutter and a lot. But I'd definitely say if anyone's contemplating the fact that they fear flying, I just think get on it and do it. It's well worth it. And the flight back, I knew what to expect. I still didn't enjoy it, but I did it. I didn't throw up before. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can explain about the flights. Before flying, a few people, obviously idiots like they do, kept saying, "Oh, I've had bad turbulence while flying. It put me off flying. I hated it. People were being thrown about here, there, and everywhere." And for someone who suffers anxiety, it just makes you even more not want to get on the plane. But the thing that I told myself is they're still there. They're alive, and you don't hear on the news every day that planes crash because of turbulence. And even if they do crash, it is never from turbulence. So even if you have really bad turbulence, which I expect for people that fly regularly will have on an average occasion, but our flight was smooth. Coming back home to the UK, as we landed into Birmingham Airport, and as you come down through the clouds, it did sort of shake the airplane a little bit, but I basically just played my music, and I also took a crossword book. So my partner laughed at me, but sitting and doing a crossword, you don't acknowledge that much what's going off around you. The toilets I didn't like, because obviously if you sit in the toilet and the plane tilts, the toilets are very small and you do feel a bit swayed. So I flushed the toilet and ran out as fast as I possibly could, but I still did it. The noise of the toilets flushing is very loud, but it's nothing dangerous. We did have a couple of children sat in the seats in front of us that were constantly turning around and playing and laughing and stuff, which just made the experience more fun because it shows that they have no fears and they have no worries. So I'm 25 and I should get over it and all. But I definitely say I don't think it matters how much you Google how to overcome fears of flying. I think the best thing is just to get on it. I think the holidays are far too good. Like I said, we only went to North Ibiza, which is, I would definitely recommend. It's an absolutely gorgeous location. Nothing like the main strips of Ibiza where everyone's drinking, drunk and idiots. This was just absolutely gorgeous blue seas. We went and hired a scooter out one day. Our hotel had a parrot show, which was unbelievable. They had a parrot riding a bicycle, one that could count and ring bells. I just have a picture with the parrots. It's a bit dark quality today because the sunshine's not out, but you don't get that over here, and that's just one little thing. We took a day trip to the old Ibiza town, which is a lot of uphill walking to get to the top of, because it's almost in like a fort castle. But the views from there, the sea. If you've ever been to Cornwall, I always thought the sea in Cornwall was amazingly blue, but the seas over there are absolutely unbelievable. On one beach we went to, I climbed out a little bit and sat on a rock, and as you look down into the sea, you could just see all the way through, and the depth of the sea was just unbelievable. Luckily, it gets stung by any jellyfish, so that's a bonus. It's just something to keep your eyes out for. I think that's about it. But I definitely say if you want to go abroad, find somewhere that's not far. Like I said, we did 2.5 hour flight, which was long enough to get somewhere really beautiful, but not too long that you start feeling agitated. The planes do move and shake a bit while you're on them. Obviously, people whose flights suffer turbulence will probably get that more, but like I said, you don't die from it, so it's obviously someone who suffers anxiety, try not to worry, but you will, but at least think, no, everyone else has it and they don't die. The landing off and the taking is a shock. because our plane, before we took off, it drove round the airport to get to where it needed to be, and then all of a sudden it just shot and went up, and the motion excuse me, of that made me a bit, but I just looked at my feet and tried not looking too much, because if you look ahead you can see the plane, you can feel the plane tilting as much. If you look at your feet you don't acknowledge that too much, so if that makes it easier. Landing, I always thought, I'm landing, I'll be happy, I don't care how it feels. That wasn't true. As you land, the brakes go on at such harsh speed because of the way the plane actually lands, that you do brace yourself a bit. But like I said, you've hit the floor, then it don't matter. You're happy to be landed in and you enjoy your holiday. And then, when we first got there, because of obviously feeling a little bit nervous, a lot nervous with the flying, the first day there was a bit distraught because I kept thinking, am I going to manage to get the flight back home? Am I going to have a massive panic attack and can't do it? But I was a lot calmer on the way home. We caught the coach from our hotel to the airport, got straight on, a little bit nervous, tried not acknowledging the height again. Got home and I felt so proud of myself. It was unbelievable, and it was the best feeling in the world. The holiday was amazing, but the self-satisfactory feeling of actually getting on that plane was by far my best achievement ever. And now I'm really looking forward to Tunisia next year. It's just, that holiday is going to be unbelievable. I've already looked online, we can swim with dolphins. You can go to the zoos where you can hold baby cub tigers if they're there at that time of year. You can feed the elephants. They've got the gladiator arenas there. You could do camel rides. I think if you concentrate on the things you can do whilst you're there and make it so exciting, and then you'll just think, I can go or I can't. Like my partner said, if I wasn't going to get on that plane, he'd still go, and I'd always regret it for the rest of my life that I never went. And I would have. That's why I won't let my fear stop me. So this isn't a video for someone who doesn't suffer anxiety. I suffer anxiety awfully. I don't catch buses or anything like that. So to catch a plane is the biggest achievement of my life so far. And I've recently graduated from university, but I actually went back into university to tell one of my old tutors that I went on holiday and caught a plane because I was that excited I needed to share it. So I was very smug and very happy. I'm going to book myself in for a new tattoo, and I basically want to have a couple of birds here, one for each fear I overcome, so I can have my first one for my flying. My second one will be when I can catch the bus comfortably enough, which I can catch the bus if I'm with my partner or someone, but currently on my own I can only do a 15-minute journey. So that'll be my next one. So definitely think anyone out there who has any fears of flying, just do it. It's worth it, and the sunshine and how the sun hits your body, it's just the most relaxing feeling in the world. And definitely go all inclusive, because the food, it's just amazing. Unlimited food and drink, you don't have to worry about it. But definitely just book it. If you've got a partner especially, tell him at one point just to book it as a surprise. And I said my partner booked it me as a surprise and I didn't look happy. Deep down I was happy, but initially I just felt really sick and nervous by it, but I couldn't thank him anymore if I tried. But I think that's about it. Like I say, I apologise again for the darkness of this video, but in the UK now we don't get as nice sun weather as you do over there. But if this video is useful to anyone, just please let me know, because it just makes me feel that bit better thinking that someone else has achieved the same. But that's it, and thank you for watching. Bye.